Hello everyone and welcome back again into another updating vlog from Love Thailand. Finally, we are one day away from November and Thailand is ready to welcome tourists from all over the world under 3 categories and rules. Hence, starting from tomorrow, the first group of tourists will arrive to experience the new rules that will be applied to enter Thailand. In this vlog, we are going to update you about the latest situation in Thailand concerning the reopening and preparations, also the new rules and documents that you need to apply for Thailand Pass for the new 3 categories that will enter Thailand as tourists starting from tomorrow. Besides, all the preparations of Thailand's major airports to welcome everyone and ease the entry process. So lots of useful information, let us start it right now. Now, before we start talking about the new rules and categories, let us give you a brief idea about the latest situation in Thailand, especially in the capital city Bangkok, where life is back and the action is on, where most of the businesses and touristic attractions are getting ready to welcome tourists after a long time of closure. The curfew will be lifted in most of the major provinces starting from today, and this will bring the action back to the nighttime activities from markets into parks, shops and restaurants, hence making a way to the reopening of the nightlife, which could be starting from December. Besides, the permission of alcohol serving soon, so all in all, everything is upon schedule to make the country ready for tourists. As of November 1, arrivals from abroad will not need a certificate of entry, but if they have already obtained one, it will still be valid. So what is the Thailand Pass and what are the rules to apply for it? Now, as I said in the title, Thailand welcomes everyone no matter where they are from, but under 3 categories, and these 3 groups have to apply to Thailand Pass and follow the steps in order to get the entry permit. So what are the groups and the rules that they should follow? The first group belongs to the visitors from low-risk listed countries, which they must be fully vaccinated and have stayed in that country for at least 21 days prior to departure. They must have received their second COVID-19 vaccine dose at least 14 days before their flight to Thailand. So the first document after your passport is your vaccination proof. Now that you have your passport and vaccination proof, the third thing is your general health insurance cover of at least $50,000. The insurance can be booked online and you can find the sites for that in the Thai official embassy or even on your local Thai embassy site. The process is very easy, just fill the needed information, which are the dates, country of departure and the stay duration, and you will get a quotation. If you are okay, pay online and get the certificate. The next step will be a one-night booking in an SHA or AQ hotel. Just one night to wait your result of your PCR test that is prepaid while you are booking your hotel. So as you see, you have your passport, your vaccine proof, your insurance, your one-night hotel booking with your prepaid PCR test. So you have everything to apply for the Thailand Pass, of course with the entry visa if needed, which you will get it from your local embassy. So once you have all the previous mentioned documents, you can apply for Thailand Pass and get the approval with a barcode pass to keep it with you to enter Thailand. Now let's say you got your Thailand Pass, you must have a PCR test that returns negative for COVID-19 not more than 72 hours before your flight. That's the last thing you can do before 72 hours of your departure and you are ready to fly. Upon arrival, visitors will be given another PCR test and can travel on without quarantine if the test returns negative. Pending the result, they must stay on one night at one of the specified hotels. Another information, guests must stay in hotel within a 2-hour drive from the airport. For instance, if tourists enter via Suvarnabhumi Airport, they can choose an SHA Plus hotel in Bangkok or go directly to Pattaya. For destinations further away, they need to stay in Bangkok or a nearby province before continuing with their trips. After getting negative result, they can continue their journey to anywhere in the country without restrictions and do not have to undergo a second test. The no quarantine measures apply to arrivals by flights at Suvarnabhumi, Dong Muang, Chiang Mai, Phuket, Samui, Utapao airports, and chartered flights at Buriram Airport. They will be able to travel to all 77 provinces and they must download application software that will track their whereabouts. Now we come to the second group, which are those arriving from places other than the 46 that are on the eligible list. This group can apply for the Sandbox program in 17 provinces, among them Phuket, Koh Samui, Bangkok, and Pattaya. You can check the other provinces in the TAT official website. The second group, named Living in Blue Zone, is reserved for the tourists from other countries apart from the list. Travelers don't have to be kept in quarantine but can travel within 17 Blue Zone provinces during first 7 days and must take the second test on day 6 or day 7 with an antigen test kit, which is less expensive than the PCR test. Now in general, the second group, or let's say the Sandboxes group, they must be fully vaccinated, have health insurance at least for $50,000, and reserve accommodation for 7 days at SHA Plus hotels in Sandboxes area. And their PCR test must be also have returned negative not more than 72 hours before their flight. So as you see, same like the first group, but they have to book 7 days hotel, which must be SHA Plus hotel, and stay at the zone for 7 days, which can be called zone quarantine and not full quarantine. These arrivals will be retested for COVID-19 upon arrival and on day 6 or 7 afterwards, before leaving their Sandboxes zones. If the first test returns negative upon arrival, visitors can tour Sandbox areas. Now that you know about the first two groups, time to talk about the third group, which are the unvaccinated tourists which still can visit the kingdom under the third scheme, named Happy Quarantine, under which they must stay in alternative quarantine facilities for 10 days. So this group are for all people who have not been vaccinated, received only one dose, had the second jab less than 14 days before their flight, or arrived from countries other than the 46 designated ones, will be quarantined at specified places, including hospitals for foreign patients seeking medical treatment in Thailand. Thailand major airports are ready to welcome all the three categories, starting from tomorrow, and they will be all guided through the steps until they get their baggages and head to their hotels. So everyone is welcome, and that means no matter vaccinated or not, by following the rules that apply on each one of them. At the end, tomorrow is a new day, new beginning, and hopefully everyone will be happy with the new rules until they can unite them and welcome everyone under the same conditions. I will be updating you about everything new and the experiences that these groups will enjoy. Till then, stay safe and subscribe for more from Live Love Thailand.